Somebody said something. Rosemary? Rosemary? Gosh. It's quiet.
Almost there.
I know.
Okay, it is 7 PM on July 17th, 2025. Time to bring this regular Bristol Town Council meeting to order. We'll begin with the pledge of allegiance. Greg, you want to lead us tonight? Sure.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll begin with roll call. Dean Renfro. Here. Kathy Burke.
Here.
Greg Tuholsky.
Here.
Clerk Treasurer Kathy Antonelli.
Here.
Town Manager Mike Yoder.
Here.
Assistant Fire Chief Jim Haynes. Good evening. Town Marshal Steve Breen.
Here.
And Legal Counsel George Leviniotis.
Here. Good job.
I got it.
You got it perfect.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Oh, see, already.
That's all right. You're doing good.
Okay,
Are you
next,
here, Doug?
I am here.
Oh, good.
Okay. Next is the approval of the agenda. Has everyone been able to review?
I'd like to make a change to the agenda, like a 5A, a presentation by Park Board President.
Okay, so noted. So any other changes? If not, the agenda will stand as changed. Next on the agenda is approval of invoices. Has everyone reviewed the invoices? And are there any questions?
Yes and no.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the invoices?
I'll make a motion to approve the invoices.
No, second. Okay, motion by Greg, second by Dean. Any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. Dean Renfro.
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Tuholsky,
Yes.
and Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries. Now we're on to 5A.
Bless you.
All you.
I guess, thank you very much for taking the time to fit me in this evening. I appreciate it.
No problem.
For those of you I haven't met, my name is Michael Ropp. I'm the Park Board President. I'm also the coordinator of the Bristol Community Garden. And that's what I'm here to talk with you guys about today, is the Bristol Community Garden. I wanted to give you a little background and then offer you guys the opportunity to ask me any questions you've got. And then I've got a request for you, the board. So we've been doing the community garden now for, well, since 2021. First year was over on Charles Street, just a small little plot, 5 rows of 25 feet. We did 125 pounds that we raised for the Bristol Pantry. That's the primary purpose of our gardens, providing vegetables to the pantry. We operate under the support of an organization called Seed to Feed Elkhart. They work with Church Community Services, and they support, in any given year, 25 to 35 local community gardens such as ours. And the way that they set it up for us, they made it really easy, which was a good thing because I'm not sure if I would have been able to tackle this project without their support. But the way they said it was, you provide the land, the water, and the hands to work it, and they provide everything else. And that's what they did. They provided irrigation equipment, seeds, all the know-how, experience, expertise that I needed because I'm not a professional gardener at all. I've just done some backyard gardens. But with their support and with the support of a lot of other great organizations, Town Council for giving us the land, the Park Board has provided us with some funds for things like raised beds. We also work with the Hub, the Community Food Pantry, to coordinate what we're going to grow to meet their needs. And as you are all probably aware, their needs are growing every year. And hear me choke up a little bit about that, apologize. But in the first year, if we deliver them 60 pounds in a week, they wouldn't use it all. and we would go take the extra to the Middlebury Community Pantry. Now they're using 100 pounds easily a week, and they go through it all. This year we are shooting to provide up to 120 pounds per week once our tomatoes, cucumbers, and beans really start coming in. And just to give you an idea, we've been around since 2021. I said we did 125 pounds that first year. Last year, we estimated about 1,000 pounds is what we grew from the community and the pantry. Delivered about 700 pounds to the pantry. And this year, we're hoping to improve upon that. I think that's all I'll say for now. I don't want to take up any more of your time, but do any of you guys have any questions for me about the garden?
No.
Okay. If you ever do want to reach out to me, hopefully you know how to get a hold of me through Mike, but we also have a Facebook page, Bristol Community Garden at Facebook. Also the email address is bristolcommunitygarden@gmail.com. You can reach me that way. I'm also out at the garden every Wednesday at 5 p.m. doing our harvest and doing work days with our many volunteers. That's also I wanted to mention, I have one of our volunteers here tonight, Deb Scott. Thank you, Deb. She's one of the many people in our community that come out and support us and help out. She was able to get in there and do some harvest last year when I was on vacation, and she's out there taking care of weeds just like yesterday morning. This morning, yeah.
And it's always a task.
It's yes, yeah, it is a task. It is a task. If there aren't any other questions in the future, feel free to reach out anytime by all means. But we did have a request. In years past, we were told the town was covering the water. And I just heard last year that there was a question about covering of the cost of the water bill. The park board, which I hope stand for votes on the community garden with the park board, because I don't want there to be any perceived conflict of interest with my personal involvement there. But the park board has decided they would cover the cost of the water bill going forward. That wasn't included in the budget request that they had last year. And so I, as the garden coordinator, was asking if town council would be willing to consider paying half of the water bill cost this season, with the park board covering the other half.
Any idea how much that amounts to?
Do you guys have a total from last season?
I didn't know you were presenting, so.
No, it's okay, it's okay. I don't have access to those numbers. I know we had do you know what the
Estimate? Kind of a
Last
guess.
season they lived in Canada, the new season, so.
Right, so it's hard to pin that on the
It would
first
be
one.
hard,
Okay.
yeah.
Um,
With the last.
This last month was how much? 500? 500, okay. And the first month is the heaviest watering month of all because we can't let the soil dry out whatsoever. So the timer was set to the maximum it'll be so we would not have a single water bill higher than that during the growing season.
Do we have, Kathy, do we have a fund that could come out of, or not?
I would imagine that we do. But I would have to look.
So what are we talking, $2,000 total for the season?
You're asking for from now to the end of the year?
Yes, I believe, is that correct, Linda? It's just this season is what we were talking about, right? Yeah, just this growing season.
So it's like May through
If we're splitting.
September?
No, I'm talking about
July.
if the park board paid it.
Yeah.
We're looking at about $2,000 maybe per season. Is that what we're saying?
Probably a little bit less.
Yeah, if you're doing half, it would be less.
Yeah. Just a little bit less.
That's like 5 months.
And if we don't have it accessible, we can always do an additional appropriation.
Okay.
And you guys don't have that in your budget?
That's correct, right, Linda?
We didn't.
I mean, you don't have it in budget for it, but you don't have the money in your budget to pay it?
I believe they said they could pay half of it, was what they determined at the last meeting.
I think if we can do it, we probably should. Any other thoughts?
I'm running through my mind how it's gonna get billed. Cause Kathy's gonna have to split it in half and do half and half, and that's what I'm trying to think.
So it'd come from a general fund of some sort.
Right, but as far as the actual water bill, it would be like if you had one for your residents, but you had to split it with your neighbor. You'd have two different, I'm trying to think of the amount of work or whatever.
Right.
And the best way that we would be able to do that, maybe the park board pays for it all, and then we transfer into the park board.
You could do it that way.
No.
We can't transfer?
Can't transfer general to part.
But you don't have enough in your non-reverting that you can cover a $2,000 water bill?
Yes, there's enough money to do that with an additional appropriation. So I guess it's a policy issue of what level of involvement does the town council want with the community garden. So that is a
Right.
park department project. It's under their wing. The first year, there wasn't a meter at Charles Street, so then it's free water with no meter. And so this came up and it's simply an oversight on my part as far as I helped put together their budget, never thought about this. So it's as much an issue of, does the park department pay all of it? Is that how you want this to happen? Or does the town council want to have some financial buy-in for the community garden, if you will? I mean, we can find it added or any number of funds, or the park board can do an additional appropriation and fund it out of one of their funds.
Well, I don't have a problem with half of it. I'm just thinking financially how,
No,
Kathy's gonna handle it.
Kathy and Jill work their magic.
I
and
think
happen.
I split main bills that way.
I mean, at the end of the day-
between departments.
Mhm.
Oh,
Sewer,
okay.
Water and sewer, they split theirs, yeah.
Oh, okay.
At the end of the day, we're paying for it anyways. We're paying for it next year because it'll be an additional $2,000 for the budget. So I mean,
Yes.
Well, and something we need to look at too, when we
Yeah.
open up this can of worms is that we have no meters in Condon Park. That water should be metered.
Well, maybe it should. So I think August 7th meeting, I'll have some general policies for you to look at for our parks that cover that issue as well.
I, as far as I'm concerned, no more than, not that we're gonna pay, that we're gonna pay half of what the actual water bill, no more than $1,000. That would sound good? Does that sound good? Right?
yeah,
What do you think? Yes,
I really don't. I mean, it's for a good cause. Of all the things that are spent on this town, it's feeding
you're right.
the
Yeah.
people that need the help the most, that are already getting hit in their water bills and everything else. So, I mean,
So you're
if we
saying-
cover half of it, I mean, it would have been budget. It wouldn't have been an oversight anyways. We would have passed the budget. It would have been paid one way or another.
That's
So,
true. That's true.
I think moving forward, we really need to start looking at the budgets and making sure where it's going, because it's kind of tough that. I don't know, I understand it can come from somewhere, but at the same time, like, it's not that much money,
Mhm.
so it's just,
Pay more for animal control than we pay for that.
yeah.
You got a point.
Mhm.
I do have a groundhog out in the garden. You mentioned animal control.
So how much water, how much water does he drink?
That's where the water's going.
Yeah.
Drinking.
That's
If
what
you guys are
it's
interested, the irrigation system we use out there is a drip hose irrigation system, and as far as I know,
Better.
it's the most efficient
Right.
form of irrigation you can use. And in years past, we were also watering the Linda's gourds and pumpkins. So this year, that's not going on at the community garden. So it's all going towards the vegetable production. Well, and fruit production. We planted some fruit trees and some peach trees and blueberries this year. So.
I make a motion that we pay the community garden water bill from the months of May through September. That sound right?
50% of it,
Half of-
Half of it.
okay? Motion by Kathy, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Kathy, second by Greg. Any further discussion? Not, we'll take a vote. Dean,
Yeah.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Jaholski,
Yes.
and Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries.
Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate your support for the garden.
No,
Feel free to
thanks
reach
for all
out.
you do.
Keep me posted if you have any interest or questions or anything else. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Mike,
Okay, under, I place this under planning and development because it was a nice empty spot, I guess. We have a CF1 from Dynamic Packaging that's on Casco and Ponderosa. So this is a little unusual in the fact that it's late. And
Mm.
they sent their form to the county auditor, not a copy to us, and then we finally got it. I'm not sure if they filed it in time even at the county auditor. The county auditor, with the county auditor, the county auditor is apparently agreeable to accepting this even after the fact. George will cover with you some of the legalities. I'm not sure what George is going to cover, but I've asked him to cover something.
Want me to take it from here?
Well, no, just one more thing. Let me dig the hole. Let me cover the hole just a little bit more. The form, the CF1 is in your packet, but I placed the pertinent information right on the agenda. So I would say that they are substantially compliant. If this was if we were doing this in May, we'd probably say yes and sign it and move on. It's late though, and George can cover you the ramifications of that. Dan, who is the CFO, did send some additional information. He said the improvements that they've made have increased their efficiencies 225%, which is pretty significant. So 3 years ago, what they were doing with 3 lines, they now do with 1 line. And I forget, what's the main product that which one is it?
Oh, I don't know which brand, cleaning solution.
It's Cleaning Solutions, and they are he says, we think we're going to get a Lysol contract, so they'll be filling Lysol later this year, and that'll add 1.5 lines per month and 14 new employees at that time. So they're doing well, and I think that outside of they didn't quite meet their equipment investment, but everything else looks good.
Say they doubled the employees, I think,
Uh,
close to it.
well, yeah,
Almost.
Yeah, 32 was the requirement of the commitment. And 62
yes,
was
but they had 40 at the time,
Oh,
so they didn't really double.
okay.
Was that a 3-year abatement?
Yes,
And so it was up this year.
no, this is the abatement starts after the investment is completed. So this is the first year for the CF1 for the real estate.
Oh, for the real estate.
And the personal property, the first year would have been last year, but they failed to file the CF1. So they're in the second year of their abatement for the personal property and the first year of the real estate. That's my understanding of the way this unfolds.
And it's a 3-year abatement.
Yes.
All right, so taking over from there, what normally our advice would be, if this were happening, like Mike said, if this were happening in May, there are 2 requirements for reporting, for continued annual reporting, when a commitment has been made to abate property tax. Per the statute, the annual reporting must be done by May 15th. And there is a opportunity for an extension of that deadline by 30 days upon written request from the payer. I'm not sure as I sit here if those things happen. Mike and I have spoken about, the notice has been going to the county assessor, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. Technically, they should give copies to the town council as well, but that doesn't practically happen very often. The assessor should send them, and you should get them roughly in the time period. I think it's pretty clear here that the notice or that the annual reporting came in July. I'm not sure if there was an extension filed. The assessor's office doesn't have a problem with it. I will tell you that technically it's a shall and it's a must. The statute is written shall and must. Even kind of more draconian is that the written commitment that you guys approved has a 90-day provision, whereby they're supposed to give you their updated reporting within the first 3 months of every calendar year to show you that they have lived up to the commitments that they've agreed to live up to justify the abatement. The reason I'm telling you all of this is because I think you should know that there's a shall and a must. Practically speaking, I don't think anyone's going to challenge your decision to approve it. I agree with Mike that they have substantially complied. I mean, the numbers are not I don't think the numbers justify you saying they're not in substantial compliance with what they said they would, what they committed to invest. I will also tell you that they've already voluntarily given up one of the, half of their abatement on the real estate, or 1/3 of their real estate abatement or personal property abatement by not filing in year one. So they've already been penalized for their own kind of inaction. So at least this year seems to be better behavior than last year. They're at least trying to do something. So with that said, my job is to tell you what the law is. The law says shall and must. When the law says shall and must, I usually say shall and must. You are exposing to some potential liability by saying, you know what, we're gonna accept it late and say it's substantially completed. But the alternative is that you go through, you put them on notice that you don't think they substantially complied because they filed late. And then you set it for hearing, and then you approve it. So that's your call. But in general, I do think that ultimately you're gonna get to the same end regardless of how you get there.
Okay,
I think they need to be made aware that that's not gonna be acceptable next year,
Well, they're losing abatements.
That's
period.
done. Yeah, Chris Sager from the EDC sat down with them on Monday and said here, and actually, he was there a couple reasons. One is to help them accurately fill out the report and also to affirm the numbers. So, yeah, they were made aware of it. Well, that's what I found out they missed last. Chris said, you didn't file it last year. But no.
they've already taken a hit,
Yeah, they have.
yeah.
This is a longtime company in the town, I believe, so.
I know that we've denied before because of being late, but it's up to you guys. I'm talking years.
Mhm. Any other thoughts?
I mean, it is substantially in compliance. It's just, there will be no second time. Like, this is the one get out of jail free and it's done,
Yeah.
regardless of the investment.
Mhm.
Well, it's not that it's a 5 or a 7 year, it's only a 3 year, which
Yeah.
is. And so the one you said only has 1 more year to go,
Personal property.
personal property is only 1 more year, the other one is 2 more years. And that's not much.
Okay, no. No, I agree, Greg, I think we approve it.
Yeah.
All right. Dean, hey,
No, I agree. They got their hands slapped, so hopefully they understand it. We won't take it again.
all right. Is there a motion to approve dynamic packaging CF1?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Greg, second by Kathy. Any further discussion? No? If not, we'll take a vote. Dean Renfro.
Yes.
Kathy Burke.
Yes,
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
Dudley Smith is a yes. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, next, Adam, you're up. So we're back to the welcome to Bristol signs. This is the latest design. So Adam's here, 8 signs, 30,000, everything's in your packet. We did change the graphic here. I gave him permission to do that, just to update it a little bit, and then I was told that somebody didn't like that one, so I don't know what you guys want to do, if you want to go back to the other one. I have the two.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Looks good.
beautiful. There you go, Adam.
Well, if you make it bigger.
The only thing better was the bridge in it, but that's,
Yeah. So Adam, you can talk about the signs and what you've got and, the other thing I gave Adam permission to do is I'm trying to reduce the cost of these somewhat. We have at the main entrances, a couple of those are being maintained by residents. And I thought, why move those to the edge of town? Why not keep them where they're at? And if the posts are in good shape, reuse the post. Allow the residents to continue maintaining the landscaping and just reuse the post, fasten the new sign to those. So that's my recommendation to you folks tonight, is to reduce some cost, that we keep the locations where they are now on at least the 4 main roads. In town.
The pricing, like Mike said, goes with, a new aluminum, like we talked about last time, aluminum cabinet with flat cutout letters and a flat cutout, image. And all the stuff that's attached to the sign would be the letters and the image have a lifetime warranty on them from the company. If anything would happen to them, you keep the pieces. We take a picture, send it to them, they send a new letter and all you have to do is pay for someone to, whether somebody on staff or somebody from our company can come and put them back on the sign for you. So the material itself is covered for the entire life of the product. And like Mike said, we actually had, we had one of our install guys out in the area for something else, and he stopped by a couple of the signs, and he agreed with Mike's recommendation and said the most of the posts are in pretty good shape. And not to mention, some of the residents have added or embellished the landscaping around them. All of the signs have some sort of little landscaping bed around them. So if we move them to a new location, you're gonna have to incur if you wanna add something like that back to it, you're gonna have to incur the cost of redoing the landscaping. So that's a good option to update the signs, with a more durable product for you. And we can, if any of the posts need to be replaced, we can, because of rottenness or whatever, we can, cross that bridge at that point, but I don't think that expensive to add to the overall cost.
I like that.
So it's for four of the larger ones at the 4 main points, and 4 of the smaller ones, exact same size. It's a 2-inch deep aluminum cabinet that's painted. The black and the blue stripe are painted, so they're more durable than just a vinyl applied to it. And then, like I said, all the text and the image there are flat cutouts that have a lifetime warranty on it, so you're not gonna shouldn't have any of the fading issues that you have now.
Mhm. Like, how many of the signs need to be moved due to change in the town limits? I know the one at 120 has to be.
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah,
Well,
just
not
to,
quite.
Well, and
not quite, but most of them.
here's the thing, this doesn't say Bristol town limits. It just says welcome to Bristol. So it's not as if it's a city limit sign.
True. Cause we have town limit signs at the town limits.
Yeah. So,
So we could leave them where they are.
yeah, I mean, they're not city limit signs, it's just saying welcome to Bristol.
Because we went, I think the last quote, obviously it was a different design, but the last price was like right around $80,000 for a brand new sign, complete posts and everything, and relocating them. So by reducing the labor and having to dig holes, pour concrete, pay for aluminum posts, and we would paint the posts, repaint them black so they all look fresh and new. So I think it's a good option to update everything, fix the ones that are broken or faded, and save you guys some money and get you guys a good product that should last you for a long time.
So I work for you guys and not for Adam, so he's not gonna like what I'm gonna ask, but
What's that?
are you sure you need this size sign at all 8 locations? That's
No.
of course.
Only 4 main highways.
Okay, so
And that's how we have it. We've got it priced for the larger ones and for the smaller ones at the secondary.
well,
We
the
can
smaller
work
ones,
on
but
secondary later,
Just do the main,
just
4
do the
main.
main 4.
Mhm.
15 north and south, 120 east and west.
Yeah,
The other thing I'm wondering is, with the way the signs keep getting damaged, and I know the one out on, North River Road or by my subdivision, that area doesn't get mowed, there's a lot of areas that aren't part of the town, you get a big field there. Would it be possible to move one of these signs to the park as it's coming into Bristol instead of having one at Trout Creek, one at North Division, and one on North River Road? Can we just move it closer to the park where it's actually upkept? There's sidewalks, like it's actually more town-like, since we already have town limit signs everywhere else.
Cause to me, the one on County Road 8 should be gone. We got a town limit sign at 21.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what we were talking about. We don't need the big ones on like the little
County
county
roads.
roads coming in. Just leave our town limit
Town
signs we
limits.
already put out there. Just go with the 4.
Mhm.
That way it kind of eliminates what you're talking about, because we used to mow that all the time, then we were told it wasn't ours, so we're supposed to be off.
Yeah, I started mowing it.
Yeah,
Such a
mowed it for
good
many years.
citizen. What do you think, Jackie? Just city limit signs on the county roads?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Cause I mean, that's kind of what a lot of the other time, I mean, even Goshen, 115, they just had a little metal sign.
Middlebury, coming in on 13 from the north, just little signs of Middlebury.
That's
I make
probably
a
all we need.
I make a motion, we purchase 4 of these signs for state.
You know, or did you want, or were you wanting, from what he was saying, were you wanting one additional, replace the 4 large ones
Yeah.
and then one additional completely new one near the park? You don't wanna go down that road, Joe?
No.
Okay.
Just the 4 main, the highway signs, 120 east,
And-
120 west,
15,
15 north and 15 south.
yes.
Did I make a motion or did I just say it?
Well, how much is that gonna cost?
I'll have to get
Right on the
updated
price.
pricing for you. Yeah.
Okay,
That'd be great,
in the current locations.
in the
In the
current
current
locations,
locations, like,
yeah.
and we'll reuse, and I think most of those, I think all of those, the posts are good. So we can,
They were all repainted 3 years ago.
so we'll put a new coat of paint on them and then install the new signs, and then I talked to Mike, he was gonna have, you're gonna cover somebody to remove whatever isn't being used or you don't want anymore. Correct.
Yeah.
That doesn't need part, so we're just painting the posts and supplying the new signs
New sign.
installed to the post.
At this point, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That works for me. I'll get some pricing to Mike so we can pass it along and the next meeting you guys can approve it.
Great.
Very good.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys very much.
Thank you.
Okay, that's.
Okay, now we'll work through all of my, requests for money. Okay, first up, is a change order for 2024-1 CCMG. This is a change order for NIPLOC, and so if you recall, NIPLOC has this CCMG. The last one we just did is Reith Riley. We're asking them to do some swapping so that one is doing Elkhart and one is doing St. Joe. So it just made more sense. Reith Riley is agreeable to that. Niblock is agreeable to that. So this is the first change order for Niblock, and it actually reduces their cost by well, it's not much, $35,000 or something like 39,000.
37,440?
Yeah. So approving this change order is actually reducing the cost of CCMG for this segment.
That's good.
Well, yeah, but they're getting it back. As you see it.
You don't hear decrease often.
Yeah, so it's, this is, NDOT's okay with what we're doing. It's just a matter of getting all the paperwork right and make sure all the checks go where they need to go and contracts are adjusted. So this is the first step.
I do want to let you know, Niblock did a beautiful job on, what's that street?
Elm Street.
Yes, it is very, very, if you ever get a chance.
Yeah.
I've not seen a street that good.
So approval for this change order.
All right. Is there a motion to approve 2024-1 CCMG change order?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Dean, second by Kathy. Any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Jaholski,
Yes.
Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries.
Okay, the next three pay applications are all for 2024-2 CCMG. So this is just wrapping this project up. So the first pay app is for $276,397.29 to,
What road's that for, Mike? Is that
that's North River Road in Elm. Oh, not North River Road.
Twin River Trail?
Twin River Trails,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's north and it's sort of the river.
Close.
Right.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve CCMG 2024-2 pay application 1 for the amount of $276,397.29 to Midlock Excavating?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Greg, second by Kathy. Any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. Dean Renfro,
Yes,
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries.
Okay, the next one is pay app number 2. I think I might have skipped it on the screen here because I'm at the last one, but it's for $33,393.60. Same project.
All right. A motion to approve 2024-2 CCMG pay application number 2 in the amount of $33,393.60 to Niblock.
I'll
Well-
make that motion.
I'll second. Motion by Kathy, second by Doug. Any further discussion?
yeah, what was that
Yeah.
for, Mike?
That was, the next one will be the retaining. So big one was the main part of the project, then they did some additional work and they billed us separately. So we're getting
Okay,
3 billings for the same project.
that's all I got to do.
Okay, we'll take a vote. Dean Renfro,
Yes,
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries.
Last pay app on this project, pay app number 3 is for $34,401.21. This is the retainage, so it's been inspected and ready to wrap it up.
it's the retainage for both streets. Or
Yeah.
from-
Yes, the entire project.
Okay, is there a motion to approve 2024-2 CCMG pay application number 3 in the amount of $34,421.21 to Niblock?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Kathy, second by Dean. Any further discussion? And if not, we'll take a vote. Dean Renfro,
Yes,
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries.
Thank you. Now we have 2 SRF distributions. Commonwealth has supplied a summary page. All of the detail is in your packet as well, but I thought this is the easiest to look at. So the first disbursement request, number 31, is for $39,569, and that's a payment to Commonwealth for engineering. This is the wastewater treatment plant project.
Mhm. Okay, is there a motion to approve SRF disbursement number 31 in the amount of $39,569 to Commonwealth Engineering? I'll make the motion. Any seconds?
I'll second it.
Motion by Doug, second by Dean. Any further discussion?
yeah, is there more engineering to do besides this? 'Cause
Oh, yes.
This is number 31, so,
Oh, yes, we're a lot more.
oh,
So we have engineers on site monitoring everything. There's constantly
okay. I didn't
changes
realize that.
happening.
Yeah.
We just met with everybody today and again, engineers, contractor. It's quite a process.
Yes. Any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. Dean,
Yes,
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
Doug D. Smith, a yes. Motion carries.
And by the way, we're still under budget, apparently. Am I saying that right? I'm not mixing that up with the water. Well, the water project, we're under budget as well too. So, yeah. So everything looks good so far. Second, pay app number 32 is actually includes 2 payments, one to Crosby Construction for $1,009,196.72. And then we have a payment to the retainage fund of $53,115.62.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve SRF disbursement number 32 to Crosby Construction?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion by Kathy, second by Dean. Any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. Dean Renfro,
Yes,
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries.
Okay, next, this is for the water main replacements on Elkhart and St. Joe Street. So this will be under our SRF project, overall, but we have to front cash on this, so we will pay for it and then we'll be reimbursed at the end of the water project. So this is a change order to Niblock because they have the overall water contract or installing water mains. That's that part.
So who repays us?
What's that?
Who repays us?
The SRF, State Revolving Fund.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just, actually, I've got the money in the budget already. We're ready to go, and I don't think we'll pay it all, some will drift over into next year, but, so that's for $522,724.50. That's what those water mains will cost us, most of us.
I make a motion, we do change order number 4, water contract A for 522,724.50.
Okay, motion by Kathy. Is there a second?
No second.
Okay, second by Dean. Any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. Dean Renfro.
Yes.
Kathy Burke.
Yes,
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries.
Okay, not much on the project updates this time. I did. A couple pictures were sent to me. This is inside the tower or the water tower. This is the inside area. Hard to gain some perspective of how large that is. It's not huge, but you can park a vehicle in there. This entire crane apparatus will be removed and this cement will be removed when the project is done.
Need to pick up your trash.
and it'll be cleaned out before the water.
Yeah, I know
goes.
that doesn't look very good for that crew out there. The last ring has been poured, so they're done with, well, they've got a lot of work to do inside the tower and around the top right now, but it won't go any higher until the tank is installed on top. They have been boring under the river for the water main project. I
Yep.
believe I don't know if they started pulling pipe back today or not, but I'm sure tomorrow start pulling pipe. So that seemed to have gone well.
Now, does that go from the north side over to Box J's? The pipe goes, what would that be, south?
Yeah, it comes from 20
Mhm.
County Road 8 all the way over.
Oh,
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it, moving right along. Oh, that's the last picture I have. If you've been out, I'll get you some more pictures for our next meeting, but if you've been out by the wastewater treatment plant, the top of the headworks has some nice decorative brick on top. Now it looks pretty nice. Soon there'll be rafters and a roof on top of that, which will help it stand out. The bottom portion is going to be painted. That'll look good as well. They've started installing pipes inside along the, I guess you call it the pipe room, be along the SBR tanks. They'll handle effluent in and out. And on the west side next to the river, they're starting to install the blower pipes for aeration. So progress is really, really good. They're right on schedule. I think we'll be able to have, I'll say we'll have an open house out there when it's really cold in February. So it'll be heat from the tanks, coming off.
Hey, when I was a kid, that was swamp, and we used to go ice skating back in the
Is
day.
that right?
Yeah,
So that's my contribution to tonight's meeting, unless there's other questions.
Thank you, Mike. Kathy, you're up.
I am going to partner with Steve on this. He had sent an email out to the council later this afternoon in regard to some additional appropriations that the department is looking for. These would be appropriations from the general fund and the public safety lit fund, and they would cover police department overtime, holiday pay, auto repairs, and countywide system updates. This would be a total of $87,000. If you have questions, you can direct them to Steve and maybe he can. Nothing. Share a little detail.
okay, let's see here.
I tried that packet I sent, you have a hard copy of, and then the additional attachments, it kind of shows the vehicles that we have that we're actually using, and then what repairs we've made on them and the mileage and everything, so it kind of gives you a picture. We're still in the process of trying to update the fleet, we're getting there, but we still are maintaining a couple of the older vehicles, and you can see where they're costing us.
We still have a 2012 and a 2008.
I'm not sure about 2008.
It's number 17 and number 12.
Yep, that's one of the Chevy Impalas. They're on their way out, but we were using 2008 Chevy Impala and drive back and forth to the academy for our officers, and it finally gave up the ghost. It was overheating, so it was a wiring harness issue, so we're gonna try to repair that and keep that in case we need it, but that, this gives you kind of a picture, and some of these things, and some of the newer, not new, but like 2020s are starting to, we're replacing struts and shocks and water pumps and timing chains and stuff, and it starts adding up after a while.
Yeah.
And the other thing, increasing the number of officers from 6 to 11, we're driving, 11 cars now instead of 6 or 7, so, I mean, that's naturally gonna increase your cost of repair.
Right.
So we're trying to be diligent about the maintenance that's being done, so we don't have bigger problems down the road. And I'm very happy with who's maintaining them. I think he's doing a very good job when we're getting service, looking for things that need to be repaired. So that's the one. The overtime line, we knew there was gonna be a shortfall when we changed the way we did the holiday pay. I didn't realize it was gonna hit so soon though. So we're actually, right now, we're pretty much exhausted our overtime line. And I'm trying to break it down a little bit, explanation of, at the beginning of the year, the way we, by our policy, you can only maintain 40 hours maximum of comp time in your comp bank. Past administration had let that go above that, just randomly were told, like, at the end of the year, they just wipe you out or whatever they felt like taking out. Jill had told me last year that things have changed where the officers, we maintain the 40 hours, where anybody that's at 40, if they get any kind of overtime, it'll get paid, so they're not going over that 40 hours. But the other thing, kicker for us, is that now the policy is that the employee can come to us anytime during the year and say, hey, I have 40 hours, I want you to pay me 30 of those 40 hours. So, it's a little harder to budget that way, but, and we've had it happen a couple times now, so, I think for next year's budget, we'll have a better picture of things, and I also would like to see, potentially if we could have a separate line in the budget for the holiday pay, and maybe for the comp time payout, so you get a better picture of what our actual overtime is, instead of having it padded in the comp time payout and, the holiday pay. And then the third thing is, it's kind of an unexpected thing, countywide, they're going to a new, CAD, computer aided dispatch software, all our mobile computer software, and then our records management system that we do our case reports on. Countywide, we're tied in with everybody in the county except Elkhart City has their own. Well, the system we've had what, 20 years now, probably?
1999.
They're not servicing anymore. It was a bad system for day one. I can tell you for using it that long. This new upgrade that they're going to, different company, state police are on it. There's some other larger agencies in the region that have it. They have nothing but good things to say about it, but there is a cost involved. So you can see what our portion of that, the initial startup is, and then it looks like, if I can interpret, you have the quote, the last page there, looks like it's gonna be close to $8,000 a yearly cost after the initial startup cost for us to use that system. Now, potentially, we could not use the system, but I don't think we would be dead in water. We couldn't do case reports. We're dispatched that way, though. We take calls through the PSCC, so they're using that system, so it's not really a viable option. But this was something that kind of came out, they started talking, in April about it. We finally got the quotes after some of the meetings, so it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but it's still expensive. And we obviously didn't budget for that. We do have some about half the cost for this year, and, one of the cume was it fire and radio lines, about 50,000, so I'm asking for the other 15 to come out of the police split.
I'm surprised that the old program lasted us 25 years when, you know, every 6 months, everything is updating.
Yeah, and it,
It's crazy.
like I said, it wasn't the greatest system to start with, so it's well past its useful life. And they're not servicing the company that wrote the software, isn't doing anything to it anymore. So those are the three things, and if you have any questions, I will try to answer it for you, but
What was the yearly cost of the old system?
we were not paying, they didn't realize this when they started looking at this, PSCC, who's the dispatch center, started looking at that, like, did you realize you guys weren't paying anything yearly for, maintaining the old system? And we weren't the only ones, there were several other ones, the bigger ones like Goshen, Elkhart County had an expense, but, wasn't very much.
So that's why people are happy to keep it for 25 years.
Yeah. Even though it didn't work very well, it didn't cost anything, but. So I think it's gonna be a good upgrade, it's just like everything else, it's,
Well, it'll take additional work time too, because with a new program like that, it's gonna take a shorter period of time to complete reports. Than with, I've worked on very old software since 90. Justin quit grin. And some of that stuff is so antique, it takes you 3 times as long to do the same job.
well, one thing nice with the new software, we're tied in. We deal with a lot of information that, we get information, we use it for investigations, whatever. Being on this new system tied in with the state police and some of the other larger agencies in our region, we have access to what their database is. Right now, we have access just to Elkhart County minus everything from Elkhart City. And there's been some issues where the sheriff's department locked down there where we can't see their reports because of some issue, not with us, but. So this is gonna be a really good thing, I believe.
Sounds like it.
I make a motion that we do an additional appropriation, for the police department for $87,000.
So we can advance to second reading.
Oh, sure. Are we gonna advance it tonight?
Motion to
And
publish and
advance it to
advance.
second reading.
Okay.
Did I do that right, George? Thank you.
Between the two Kathys, we got it right.
Well,
Okay,
it's all in the name, you know?
motion by Kathy, is there a second? I'll second. Motion by Kathy, second by Doug, any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote, Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
Doug D. Smith, a yes, motion carries.
Yeah, thank you, council. I have one more item that Jill reminded me I forgot to add to the agenda, so my apologies. And I will pull that to have you sign afterward if council approves. This is an SRF disbursement request for JPR. It is in the amount of $47,201. Disbursement request number 30. For 47,000.
yeah, but. what's-
200, engineering for the water project,
47,201 cap.
201,
It's SRF 30?
number 30, yes.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve SRF number 30 in the amount of $47,201?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Greg, second by Kathy. Any further discussion? Now we'll take a vote. Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries.
Thank you, council, that's all I have.
Okay. Steve?
We have a monthly report. I'll go over it real quick. June of 2025, we had written 79 citations, 14 warnings. We took 576 calls, impounded 9 vehicles. We drove, total miles driven was 16,857. Took 50 cases, breakdown of those, 1 warrant, 5 thefts, 3 habitual traffic violators, 4 possession of marijuana, 5 operating while intoxicated, 4 resisting arrest, 3 auto thefts, 1 burglary, 80 driving while license suspended. We worked 10 crashes. 2 other cases were taken, 1 invasion of privacy, 2 criminal mischief, 1 criminal recklessness, 1 possession of methamphetamine, 1 found property, and 1 false information. We had 65.25 hours of overtime work. The code enforcement side, he had 1 abandoned or junk vehicles on the street, 6 sign or devices violations, 5 illegal parkings, 27 high grass, 1. There's a typo in there, but it's literally 3 nuisance, no trash on properties. 2 were generated by a citizen complaint. The other 1 were initiated by Randy or I code enforcement officer. Those are our statistics.
Great.
Okay, Steve, thank you very much. I know that, at least on my street, I see you guys all the time, so thank you.
We're checking on the hotel that they're building.
Oh, okay.
You got a lot of buildings, in that whole neighborhood there. There's several houses going out. But
Yeah.
There's a lot of activity there.
Well, thanks for all you and your team do, and we pray you stay safe out there.
Thank you. And I appreciate the support council has given us, so thank you.
Okay. Jimmy,
Good evening. Chief Kansas Fair, the upcoming fair starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he's involved in that, so you're stuck with me today. So this is June report. We responded to 89 calls in June. We had 329 responses for emergencies. Staffing, we're still accepting full-time, part-time, and volunteer apps, so we know anybody, send them our way. We are still looking to hire 1 full-time firefighter EMT, so we're still short 1. We'll be entering into the United Ways cardboard boat race. This will be held on Friday, August 15th at 3 p.m. at LaSalle Bristol Pond at 601 County Road 17. We've won it the last 2 years, so hopefully this year we get to win it again. Senior Stings rock and rolls.
all right.
AJ's our boat builder, and he's coming along. We would like to thank the Bristol Homecoming Committee for another great homecoming festival this year. It's fairly hot and warm, and yeah, it was interesting. It was a good time. Also, just a reminder to drink plenty of water and stay hydrated when you're outside in the heat during the summer months. Festival's going on as hot as it's been. It doesn't take long to get dehydrated and get sick. Just that friendly little reminder from us. Other than that, I think that's all I got for today.
All right, Jimmy. Well, thanks for all you do, and we pray you stay safe out there.
Thank you.
I want to thank Jim, Jimmy, and Nick in their dress uniforms as our color guard for the entire parade. Even though his flagpole broke. Yeah, it broke. But I can't imagine doing that in dress blue, dress uniforms, but yeah, they got ribbons.
Found a flag, it was all flag ring. Never felt one.
At least you didn't. Thank you very much.
All right. Linda, you're up.
Okay, well, I'd like to say thanks to the homecoming committee too. The park looks nice. And, I hope that they found everything okay for them down there while they were having it. I don't know haven't heard about anything, but,
We appreciate that tree being cut down.
oh, okay. The one that was down
The
there,
one that was gonna fall down on somebody.
yeah.
And there's a couple others too, but that one was really bad.
Well,
We all noticed it. It was a nice job.
okay, well, and I thought the parade was really nice. chairman from a really, 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 really long time ago.
Yeah.
I just wanna say, I liked the parade, I thought it was nice, I really did. Set my front porch, Rosemary and I did, and we really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Well, we had a summer fest program, which was libraries kickoff to their reading program. And the weather wasn't so great, so there wasn't a lot of, I should say, there wasn't as much expected foot traffic as there was, so. But they felt it was a success. Hopefully maybe next year they'll have the same thing. Also, we had movie night, movie in the park. And, that was sponsored by the town of Bristol and Bristol on the River. And the proceeds for that event went to the Opera House for the repair for their flood damage that they had about a month ago. So, there were corn dogs were sold. Wendell cooked them. They were very good. And, there were activities for the kids. And the movie was the Lorax, Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. And we had, the Lorax was there, entertaining kids, so it was really nice. I think that the movie theater was very nice. I mean, it showed up really good, you know, I was really afraid that it wasn't gonna show up. But it showed up really, really nice, so maybe we need more of those events in the park. Will be in the park, so. Park rentals, actually, the rental agreements we talked about. Because for Cummins Park and Congan Park pavilions, it's $50 to rent those, but if a person cancels on us, we don't charge them anything. And we've changed that to what we will charge $15. And, we're gonna leave that pretty much up to the discretion of the administration staff here. If there's always a gray area where somebody really has a problem, and our staff knows what to do. That's what we've decided. Mike Yoder presented a concept where the park board could purchase wooden chairs and tables for the purpose of renting them out to people who are renting our pavilion or our park areas. And we'll discuss more of that next time when we have a little more detail on it. The Condon Park, the Condon kayak launch needs to have its pole replaced, but people can't back their boats down there. If you can believe somebody would do that, but they did. And the post is back in there. I know, the post is back in there, and that'll prevent them from doing that. I don't know. Crazy people.
If there's a will, there's a way.
That's true. That's Bristol.
Also, the homecoming committee and the Corn Dog Festival would like to close that, like to have that kayak launch closed during their festivals, and we told them that would be fine. For Cummins Park, the construction on a new basketball court should be starting soon. Shouldn't it, Mike?
Yes.
So far it hasn't. I went down there tonight, hasn't started yet.
John, I talked to John yesterday, Young, and he didn't really indicate when. He just said soon.
Okay. I donated 2 sails to the park so that they could use it to, throw the top of picnic tables or benches, whatever they decide. And then they're going to look into buying better canvas sails, probably. I don't know, polyester, I don't know. Worked fine at my house for 2 or 3 years. I didn't get it out this year. It's still available. Scott asked Mike to talk to the director of the Bristol Museum, since he was having a meeting with her, to see if the bathrooms and the drinking fountains could be used by park visitors. And Scott had talked to the director of the museum at one of our park board, meetings that we had at the library for everybody to come and give their comments for our 5-year plan. And she was mentioning something about that, so, we'll keep working on that to see if that can happen. And, from Cummins Park, we're still in Cummins Park here. We talked about a new idea for the parking lot. We've been throwing this all around, like we're gonna move the climbing area and the swings and all that. And so now what we've decided, we're back to having a different parking thing, leaving the climbing structure where it is, because we don't wanna spend $10,000 to move it. And it seems like it's all the mulch that comes onto the splash pad comes from the swing sets. So we're gonna move the swing sets over between the two exercise equipment areas in that green area there. Hopefully it's far enough away from it that they won't be bringing the mulch over. And so we will move the swing sets. When they set that up, they'll be putting new mulch in, along with pads to protect the kids from any cement that might need to be installed, pull those swing sets down. Eric is working on all the supplies necessary to keep the pavilion clean, and paper products stocked. Dutch Clean did a thorough cleaning of it last week, and we will have them do it semi-annually for the cleaning of that pavilion. Memorial Park, the tree that was donated, the tree that was on the property donated to the town was being removed. A sum of $3,000. They will be removing the stump and reseeding the area with grass. That's about it. Any questions?
I had several people ask why they cut that tree down. Was it had fallen, some had fallen on a little pavilion, hadn't it,
Well,
of the tree?
that tree was so low that it put all kinds of moss. I mean, the moss was like this thick. When Rick Ridenauer and I and his wife, we took it and we we power washed it off of there. But it also took off the shingles. The shingles were in horrible shape after that. And so we had to have some of the limbs cut down because you just couldn't have that kind of a roof. And so we finally had to replace the roof there. But that tree is a nasty tree. And I don't know, it looks to me, a wind would take it out. If we're gonna put a parking area there, it's gonna need to come out.
Okay.
Anyway,
People were just wondering why.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
even to mow, the roots were horrible. They were so far
yeah.
above the ground, we couldn't hardly mow around there.
Yeah.
Our side was bad and the other side now is ours too. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Are there any plans to anchor the picnic table that calmed into the cement pads?
In the pavilion,
No, along the river.
Yes.
yes.
Okay. I saw one was moved off of the pad today when I drove by. That's why I was just wondering how long before it's early.
Mike did it.
That seems to be a
Wasn't in the
thing
river.
that people love to do is move those picnic tables.
Bored kids.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
they're
challenge.
heavy. It's not something easy to move.
Oh, and there was one thing too, that, we were having our homecoming meetings down in the pavilion, and Jill, did you give the pictures to the park board? The 2 picnic tables that are in the pavilion that have the handicap area out,
Right.
the supports under that. One of them's missing one and the other one's missing almost 2. The actual supports. I think Jill took pictures.
Yeah,
didn't you? Okay.
Yeah, what are those?
Well, a couple of them just need bolts.
Oh.
All right.
That's it. I'm done.
Linda, thank you. George,
I don't have anything but what I had earlier tonight. Alex is on vacation in Washington DC, so I will punt to him being at your next meeting if you've got anything that he wants to talk.
thank you. Okay, privilege of the floor, public comments. Is there anyone that would like to make public comment this evening? If so, state your name and go to the podium. No? Seeing nothing, privilege of the floor is closed. Town council discussion items. Dean, anything tonight?
No, sir.
Kathy?
I do.
Okay.
I wanna know if the flags that are in the front yards on 120, if you've already had your gas main, new gas line put to your meter, can we take the flags out? It's hard to mow around it with a riding mower. I don't know of anything else that, if you know of anything else it's gonna be doing, but I know that they put in my gas up to my meter. But we need to know kind of, I think the people on 120 need to know when they're allowed to take those flags out.
As soon as they're in your way.
They've been in my way for months.
They're legally going to have to call Mystic or another locate if they were to do more work. So
Well, they've got water, they've got phones, lines
but
in there, they've got all of them.
those locates are only good
For so many
for
days.
so many days.
Well, I know that, but when they did them, they've had them come out periodically. But those flags have been up for 2 months in my yard, and I just wanna make sure that they don't have to call relocate, because
They will have to
Most-
call regardless.
if they do anything different,
No. If they do anything more, if
okay?
they were to put a shovel in the ground at this point, they will have to call locate again.
Okay, because I know there's a few houses that, they do not have the gas line fed yet to their meters, not very many, but a few. And they've already done mine, and I don't wanna mow around those flags.
Think you're
We've kept, well, it was nice that the whole town has pretty much kept them in, which is surprising. It is.
One resident questioning whether he left him in.
Well, I've got a neighbor that I know that some of those were taken out too, but the rule of thumb is, and I know, it's 2 weeks, basically. 10 to 14 days that you can take them out.
The contractor's gonna call for a new locate. The new locate will not rely on the old one. They
Well,
will locate a new from scratch. You're good.
I just didn't know if there, since there's water and phone and everything else in there, if there was new. If they were gonna do anything else other than the gas lines.
If they're by you and you've got your new main or your new lateral or whatever. Hold
I shall be out there in the front yard tonight.
All right.
Thank you.
When there's a yellow line on the ground, flag comes up.
It's visible.
It's still visible.
I've got blue ones,
But yeah, that's for water.
yellow, orange, blue,
Yep.
red.
Greg, anything tonight?
Nothing.
All right. Next meetings, Mike, if you could, the July 21st meeting,
Yeah, so remember, we're doing new development standards and an overlay for the town, for our county, to be included with county zoning ordinance. So this is an opportunity for the community to review what we're going to be suggesting and for them to provide some feedback. So at 10 o'clock, we're specifically inviting, that's for businesses along this stretch of road and South 15.
okay.
And then in the evening, anybody in the community can come in. Well, anybody can come to either meeting, but at 6 o'clock, then specifically for the general public to come in and review
Oh, here though,
right here. Yes.
And you are noticing, publishing both meetings. Both times.
Of course. It's on our webpage.
And now.
It's on our webpage. It's sort of a nice thing to do, not a requirement in this case yet.
If you're having a public meeting.
Mhm.
Is it-
Public comment?
It's like no, it's not official meeting. It's just, hey,
Oh, okay,
come
so
on
you're saying
down
there's
and
not gonna
see.
be a vote, it's just an
No.
opportunity. to talk.
Yeah, it's just a kind of like an open house. Here's what we're thinking about. You wanna,
Kind of an informational meeting for them.
Yes,
really, kind of
right.
To see what we're talking
Don't
about.
call it a meeting, it's a social activity.
Social activity.
social activity with no food or drink?
And votes, no votes.
No votes. That's what you're in.
You know, take ice
Oh,
cream, I'm not-
good, you gonna bring some?
No, I don't expect anybody to show up.
Okay.
All right,
Hey, Bring your own
But I'm a
please.
resident and I'm back. So
Yeah.
should I come?
yes, everybody is invited and it actually, this will impact everybody. Because we're changing development standards for residential areas, for the manufacturing areas. Not really changing, but, well, yeah, there are some changes. Each town's specific. It's what you guys want, is what we're changing, correct?
okay. And then on August 7th, we'll have our regular town council meeting.
Yes, and that'll be,
Yeah.
rezoning the Wilhelm Farm, something that, well, this will be the first rezoning we've had in quite a while here to look at, so. At the planning commission meeting, there was only 4 neighbors that showed up, and Wesley was there. Understand, so.
All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Greg, second by Kathy, all in favor?
Oh, Joe, I was gonna bring you a card with that address on.